episode, we are going to talk about Mother's Day and mostly about should Mother's Day be celebrated. And also, we are at the end, we are going to give you guys some gift ideas if that is what you want to do for your mom. So, hey.
Hey.
Welcome back. Right?
Okay. Welcome back.
I don't know why I'm so awkward today.
I don't know. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Hey. So we just get straight into it.
Um,
Right, so where do you stand on whether we should have Mother's Day?
So, I personally feel that I would say it depends on the mother. I also feel like are mothers allowed to celebrate just because they've given birth, or do we expect them to actually put some work in it? Do you know what I mean?
You deserve to celebrate Mother's Day.
Yeah, I think that should be the case, because if you just given birth and then you're actually a really pretty crappy mom, then what are you celebrating? The pain that you decided to endure, or I feel like if you're a really good mom and your children are happy and satisfied with you, you probably should be celebrating Mother's Day. Good job.
So who decides on who's a good mother, who's not?
The
Like
kids.
Santa.
The kids.
The kids. Alright, so the kids decide. So basically it's down to the kids on whether they celebrate Mother's Day. It's essentially what you're saying. If you've been a poor mom, the kid's gonna be like, no.
Yeah.
And is it different every year if she's particularly poor that year?
You're going on poor mom list this year.
Yeah, you're going to naughty list, mom. I'm gonna give you a gift. Say goodbye to the macaroni frame set. I don't know.
Frame set. Is that what you gave to your mom?
No.
Or like a macaroni necklace? Oh, back in the day where you used to do in school those photo frames and put like macaroni and rice on the side.
Basically, all the crappiest gifts.
Yeah.
anyone can do.
And then
Kids give
you
the
could
worst
hear your
gifts.
mom complain to your dad like, all this work and this is what I get.
Oh, no, so the thing is, like,
And the ugliest pictures.
if your parents were in one household, it's like the kids give the crappiest gifts, but then the dad has to actually go out there and
like
buy
roses.
actually use money rather than, because he can't get away with just like, oh, I made you a tin made out of
Yeah, but
the wood
I would
from
be,
outside.
if I would be the dad, I'd be like, well, you're not my mom.
Yeah, because he then has
I
to
give-
give two women a Mother's Day gift, right?
Yeah,
because
yeah,
his
his
mom
mom
and
and
his kid's
wife.
mother as well.
Because I would be like, well, you're not my mom. I'm giving you a gift on an anniversary and your birthday. What else do you need?
Well, so for where I stand from there, so I grew up outside of the West, so outside of Europe. So I was born in Africa.
Mm.
We don't celebrate Mother's Day.
Oh, do you not?
It was a complete just weird, like Father's Day, Mother's Day is like what?
So you don't even have a day like Mother's Day at all.
No.
Okay,
no,
so that's like a European kind of thing in like United States.
Yeah, it was definitely like a complete and also we don't have any commercialized holidays. Like maybe Christmas is the only commercialized holiday where
Right.
I think they adopted we have to buy each other gifts and.
What about like Valentine's Day?
No.
Really? I thought that's like a.
That's not an international thing. Like when I came to this country, I mean I was still very young when I came to this country, but Mother's Day was why do you need a day to celebrate
Your mom.
your mom? This is
Okay.
feels a bit patronizing. Like, well done you.
Well done for choosing to give birth and having me.
Yeah, well done. You feed me every day.
Good job.
Put clothes on me, protect me. Well done.
Yeah.
It's it feels a bit patronizing to me, but then
I do feel like obviously we don't have any children and we do not want to have any children, but I have to agree, being a mom is a lot of work. It's a full-time job. I've seen how hard it was for my mom. Obviously, she was a single mother, and then she had me, and then she also had a baby, and how literally, you know, like they said, takes a village. And then she had a friend who helped take care of me when she was at work, because so she at least at some point in my life when I was small, this is what I remember. She worked nights because, well, obviously I slept, so it was easier to work nights. And then she had like our neighbor, so there was like a kind of a like a not a nanny cam, but like the monitor, you know, that makes a sound like a baby monitor, I guess.
Right.
So when I woke up, they could hear. So basically, one night I started crying at night, and my mom wasn't home, and so I remember my neighbor came to try to calm me down. And then I remember her making me like sugar water for some reason, because that's supposed to calm you. Back in the day, that was a thing, but I just feel like
Was
that
it
just
whiskey?
that just gives you energy. No, that was when I was a baby.
Oh, okay.
A brandy. not
Brandy,
whiskey.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
the good stuff.
Yeah.
Top shelf.
So I like when I think back now, you know, I can see as a grown up that it was a lot of work, and it was hard to be a single mom and to have children.
But I think that's one of the biggest difference between like the West and like majority of like the third world or whatever, is that it wasn't just like my mom looking after me. It was also like the neighbors or
Everybody,
like your grandmother would come over to look after you with your like, because my mom was studying when I was still like a little kid. So like it was literally everyone, and it's like, you know, the whole you know, it takes a village as a child thing. It's like an actual real thing, and like in Africa. So like I guess maybe that's why there's no such thing as like Mother's Day. Because I did like a this basic Google search on like how Mother's Day came about. Like in America, there was someone called Anna Jarvis who basically wanted to celebrate her mom.
Okay, so there's one person.
After I think their mum passed, and they just wanted to have a
okay.
day to celebrate
Yeah,
their mum. And then apparently, like, you know, it just like spread around, and then the
Everybody
American
wanted
president
it.
actually like made it like an actual day.
Oh right, okay.
But in the UK, it's different. Apparently, it was like, that's why I said it's like it's supposed to be 3 Sundays before Easter. That Sunday is called Mothering Day. It was like in 16 something.
Mothering Day.
Mothering
Not
Day.
smothering Day.
No, Mothering Day.
That's the rest of the year.
Yeah, and yeah. So anyway, so that's how those things started, and I feel like those are like a good things, but then I think them become very commercialized, and then, you know, like, oh, you can buy your mother a gift for $19.99. I think that takes away from the meaningful aspect of it.
Is it the same with like Valentine's Day and Christmas?
Yeah, I mean Christmas is especially like
it's very commercialized.
It's very commercialized. Valentine's Day is very commercialized.
But these are different stories, but very similar.
And like even the woman who actually came up with the idea for Mother's Day is Anna Jarvis, the American lady. She never actually had children of her own, but she also hated the way how commercialized Mother's Day became.
Right.
So
that's not what she wanted initially then.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I feel like.
Okay.
I mean.
So do you think it you mentioned that you guys moved from Africa to London, from Rwanda and then
Tanzania
and then all over,
yeah.
And then to London, and then never in Africa you celebrate Mother's Day. So what happened when you actually moved to the UK? Did that start the tradition? Because your sister is born in the UK, and obviously for her, she probably made stuff at school and all that stuff. And you went to school here, and then did you start doing kind of Mother's Day cards and things as well? And did that kind of started the celebration, or did you just not do it?
Honestly, like in my household, Mother's Day wasn't really a thing. Yeah, it wasn't a thing, because obviously like the person who's also like my mom, she was also African, so it wasn't like a thing that she was used to.
Right.
And my little sister grew up in a household that didn't really celebrate Mother's Day anyway, so it wasn't like a massive issue. I remember like in design and technology class creating a keychain for my mom. It was like you know Tweety Bird.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
I used to collect stickers of
Did
Tweety
you?
Bird.
Yeah, I made a Tweety Bird keychain, made out of metal with like melted plastic inside
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't even think that was for Mother's Day. That was just like they were like make something and were like for someone else, and I was like, okay.
I always so I remember from when I was a kid, we usually obviously did stuff in school like a card or something, and then I also made like a card at home, like so I drew stuff myself, and then what we did, because we lived quite close to like a forest and we have a lot of like forest flowers, and Mother's Day in Estonia is on a different day. Well, UK is in the only European country that celebrates it in March. The rest of the Europe celebrates it in, I think it's in May or something.
It's 5th of May. I think it's the same day as America.
You remember?
I
don't
did
know.
my research, right?
I know it's in May. So all the like spring flowers are already out. So we usually go to the forest to like pick our own flowers and then give it to your mom. But I wanted to say that when I was a kid, I felt like it was something that I had to do because society was like, okay, this is Mother's Day, you have to do it. I never felt like, oh my god, I really want to do it because, you know, she's been so amazing to me this year. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't remember feeling that way, that oh, I really just want to do something nice for my mom when I was a kid. It was more like, oh, again, like I just did it. Like it felt like it was just when I went to the forest and picked those flowers.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I feel like Mother's Day is like pushed on you so hard, but then Father's Day, it's like
I don't even know when it is.
I don't know.
I feel like Father's Day. Well, when I was a kid, Father's Day was never a thing, and then at some point, all the dads were like, "What the fuck." And then they just created Father's Day just to make them happy. But then let's be honest, it's mostly the moms who are home with their kids, and fathers just come home. We say hi to their kids like hello, and they like go to bed, brush your teeth, and then they eat food and like watch TV and then do the same the next day. Whereas moms are like feeding the kids every day, 3 times a day, go out with them, play with them, organize all these educational activities or like games, all this stuff. Like they do most of the work.
Yeah, dads just feel a bit left out.
Do you know what I mean?
It's one of the
Because
but then
but you feel left. Not you personally, but dads. I feel like most of the dads feel left out because they were never in. Like they were never involved enough to feel like, oh, but I'm doing so much.
Well, so like if they are involved, then should they be like getting that special Father's Day?
Yes,
like,
I think so.
Yeah.
If you have a good dad, if you think, you know, or dads who like are single fathers, or maybe it's the mom who goes to work and the dad's a stay-at-home dad, which is more popular now, but when I was a kid that was not a thing. So those dads should technically then celebrate Mother's Day also.
Or they celebrate Mother's Day.
Yeah, because
is
they're
it
the
like,
ones that maybe take care of the child.
Then is it
if
just
they're a
Parent
good dad.
Day?
I think that's, you know what? They should just change it to a Good Parent Day. let us, guys, let us know in the comments what you think, and like what is your experience
Actually, because it makes
with
sense,
mothers.
you know, because some people might only have one parent in their life, and I don't know, and especially because Mother's Day gets all the clout. To turn it to like a Parent Day, that was I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I think it might be a little bit too woke to call it Parent Day.
Well, I mean, everything else is changing, so why not this?
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, let us know in the comments, what do you think? Should we change it to Parent Day? And what is your experience with your mothers? Would you, you know, if you would have a choice, would you want to celebrate it? Do you feel like you don't want to? Like,
Yeah, has
what
your
is
mother
the-
been good or naughty this year?
yeah,
How do I feel about Mother's Day, having lived in
different, yeah.
two different cultures that do celebrate and some don't? Like I said, like I don't feel like the parents actually really care about. Maybe some do, but I would say the majority is like honestly, like why would you care? Because think about the gifts that you do get on
Like
Mother's
what?
Day, like.
Oh yeah, like macaroni. It's not like they're usable in any way. And then another thing is with some kids is like, oh, why didn't you put up my card on the on the fridge or on the wall or wherever you guys usually put this stuff, or like, oh, why did you throw away my like necklace? And then the kids get so disappointed because they did a gift, but then do you tell your child that, well, this is a shitty gift, like give me something I can use?
Yeah. Go start work.
Yeah.
Now she get me a gift I
Yeah.
might keep.
Yeah.
Or like not hide in a drawer somewhere that you always find when you're moving out. Like,
Yeah.
God, I can't
Or
believe
you
I
have
did
like
this.
cards like a mountain this big, and then you have to like yearly like you throw away the ugliest ones and keep like the most good looking ones, like
Essentially, it's the waste of food and
paper. Yeah.
Essentially, like
Okay.
so I don't know, because I'm not a parent. So like I don't know. I actually don't think I would really care about Father's Day either. It's like I don't think you need a day for. If you need a day to feel like you've been a good parent,
You're probably not a good parent.
yeah.
But I do feel like
it's not like a birthday when it comes on and saying, yeah, you're growing older. Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah.
It's like you are a parent. Yay. It's like,
You chose to do this. Yay. Well, most of the time you chose to do this. Yay.
Yeah. So it's like
Yeah. Okay.
I don't see the point.
I see it. Okay. I do feel like some moms, or people who become mothers, not people, but women, they feel like they have the right to celebrate because they've endured this immense pain pushing out a human being, and this is the reason why. Because they kind of hold it against you. Like I've heard like so many moms arguing with their kids and saying, well, it took me 48 hours to push you out. You know what you've done to me down there?
And then the teenager's like, I didn't ask to be born.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is true.
Yeah, I did it. But this is, this is what I believe is as well, that you chose to have me. And I understand there are women who didn't choose that, and that's a different story, but let's assume that we're talking about women who chose to have a child and they wanted to be a mom. Is like, well, you chose to have a mom, and yes, you probably didn't know exactly how hard it was going to be, but you probably had some idea. So why are you kind of putting all this pressure on me to celebrate you? And I understand also, like, if I really feel like, my mom has been so supportive and so good, and then, I want to, like, make her happy and bring her flowers or do her a gift, I don't think I need a special day for it. I think that should be a thing that you could just do any time of the year. If you feel appreciated, I guess it's the same like in a relationship. If you're in a happy, appreciative relationship, you kind of do gifts to each other, no matter how big or small, anytime, just to show appreciation.
You don't just wait for Valentine's Day.
Or birthday, or
birthday.
like a Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go. I mean, so we're gonna move on to gifts.
Yes.
So if your mum has been good this year,
Yeah.
what kind of gifts would you give her?
Well, you know what? I think it also depends on like how good they've been, and also your financial situation, I suppose.
Right.
I mean, the classic chocolates and flowers. Like, find out what your mom's favorite flowers is. Just send. You don't even have to deliver them yourself. You can just order them online and they will deliver it for you. So, number one, flowers and chocolates.
I would have to agree. Flowers and chocolates. I guess the next one, again, depending on your budget, some people might do personalized jewelry.
True, yeah. But find out what kind of jewelry your mom actually likes, because you're a grown up now, and don't do a macaroni jewelry.
Yeah, well, that's not what I mean by personalized jewelry. I'm just gonna.
I just wanted to make sure.
As a 30-year-old, I'm just gonna go to Sainsbury's. Got it. Gonna buy some pasta.
Like, hey mom, what's your favorite shape of macaroni? And I would also say number 3 would be home cooked meal for your mom. Like, you make the dinner for your mom on Mother's Day. I think that's nice. Or if your mom is the kind of person who's like, well, I eat home every day, I don't care who cooks it, then just take them out for dinner. I think that's also nice. Spend time with her. And before I forget, I'll mention also number 4. is do something like personalized, like an activity that gives them the memories rather than something like a physical thing. So if your mom loves massages, maybe do like a mom and daughter day or mom and son day or something, and go to a spa, or you know, depending on what your mom's interests are. And this kind of involves you doing research, so I understand if you want to go with flowers.
But ultimately, the best gift.
Is your love?
No, I was gonna. No. Ew. No, I was gonna say the best gift is probably, you know, don't be a brat.
Yeah,
And,
but also
be appreciative.
yeah,
And that's it.
yeah. And I would say number 6, the best gift, if I would for whatever reason have children, if you have if small children, meaning not like children are grown up, would be a day without children. So if you're a father and you're watching this, take the kids and send your wife or partner or whatever out of the house without children and without you, and just let her have this day to herself to do whatever she wants. If she wants to go in a hotel and sleep all day, book her the hotel room and let her do that. If she wants to go to a spa, let her do it. If she wants to meet up with her friends, let her do that. So just a day for herself, I feel like would be the best gift. Thank you for watching, and happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Nice.